Alright guys, again my name's Socrates and we're going to go over a great scalping mechanism and strategy you can do with zero to no knowledge and no technical analysis really. If you notice on my screens, we have the VIX, our volatility S&P, and we have the Nasdaq 100. And I'm only going to leave it on the 5-minute time frame for this. Now at first glance, what are we kind of seeing? I see that they're moving in complete opposite ways. And that's where I like to make trades. You can see how right now Nasdaq is rejecting our Monday high, while at the same time the VIX is starting to get some buying power up. So I'm gonna enter a short based off of this information alone. It's just looking, all right, we're at a key level, right? We had rejected this once, twice, 3 times now, and it looks like the VIX is also at a lower end level of demand. So if this was to break lower, then my idea would clearly be shot and NQ would continue to rise up. But it's 8:14, so we'll take an entry at our upper supply here, and we'll keep note about with this VIX down here. So let's go. We'll take a 2-lot entry. Now, if I'm gonna look to place stop losses, again, I'm only in 2 lots. It's a scalp. We can have it right above this Monday area because I only want to scalp, right? My thinking is, okay, I see these changes of direction within our pivotal areas on the Nasdaq, and I see it right here. All I need for this to continue pumping is for VIX to fully reach out and pivot from this zone. And that's pretty much all I would be worrying about during my scalping and my pivots and this, that, the other. Now again, we decided we wanted to scalp. So as soon as you saw 200, you could have taken profits and been out of with your day. More, we can add in our lines. So the same thing how I do on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. I have multiple videos up if you want to get a glance at. We can do that on the 5-minute. Areas where it looks like where there is liquidity on the top and on the bottom, we need the better horizontal line. So we have an area right here, right? And I see an area right here. I see one right here and here, so we'll add it like right there. We have T levels, our Monday and our previous weekly zone, right by this pivotal from here to here, so we can mark this out. And then our lower end and demand. So this is kind of how I would mark out if I'm scalping on a 5-minute, from here we're gonna bounce off and, potentially come back down to this zone, right? Within this block. And with the VIX, I'm not really gonna be adding the levels. I mean, if we want to, we can. So we see I have our key level indicator already up on this side of the fence. But if you wanted to also do the same thing that we did on this side, it would be no different. I would just be looking where areas where price has been before. And that's kind of the magic sauce on what it is that I do. I got this zone, this zone, this zone. It doesn't got to be picture perfect. You just have to kind of have an image in your head on where price has been, so you could kind of get a image on where price wants to go. So yeah, the only thing that I looked at is I noticed how the VIX was falling, right? We're falling. We looked like we came to a magnetic zone. This is a major key level. And I took an entry based on that flip. Hopefully this makes sense. Now this is just a scalping strategy. As I said, we're up 190, we're up $200 in the amount of time it took me to make this video. How long does it take you to make $230 working your 9 to 5? Probably more than, a full day's work. And this was just a scalping video. We're in 2 lots. I just want to show you the power of following the VIX in alignment with the Nasdaq. They're 2 completely different charts, but this is how I make most of my trades. We reach a key level, we wait for a change of direction, we reach a key level, wait to see some changes of direction, and we enter. What's there to really think about? This scalping strategy will make you profitable. It's just what I'm doing right now. I'm holding, right? We just touched our first blue line. Right here is a great area to take profits. And again, if you want to not scalp and start holding, that's a whole different story. But what I do, I would look for pivots and pivots. Right now, I don't have any upper pivots close by on the 5-minute, so I will just take profits for $320. In the amount of time it took me to explain to you my strategy, we made $320. I do this live. There's no reason to get all upset and worked up when things don't go our way. I wait for changes in direction, pivots to pivots, key level to key level, and you can do this on any time frame. The 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, it all caters to you. And are you patient enough to be able to do this? It is 8:18. I go live at 9:30 in my trading community, so we're already in profit for the day. As you can see, we're going to be live. Why don't you join on in? But if I was a beginner and I had to focus on scalping, this is what I would do. I would have the VIX and the Nasdaq up both next to each other so I can see the movements on a 5-minute time frame, and I would get in and I would get out. And then I would go fill up this cup of coffee and go to the gym and enjoy my day. No need to overtrade. Thank you for listening.